hails from Oak Cliff, the OC, and he's an occasional host, like myself, of sporadic readings that pop up sometimes at Mighty Fine Arts. Do you have one coming up? No? But yeah, keep an eye on him, because he's awesome. I mean, don't stalk him or anything. But, yeah. And please give a warm welcome to Carlos Salas.
Thank you, thank you. It's been a little while for me, but here it goes. Had to be flashing like the Daily Double. Had to be playing on TV. Had to be loudmouth on the comedy hour. Had to be announced over loudspeakers. The CIA and Mafia are in cahoots. Had to be said in old ladies' language. Kennedy stretched and smiled and got double-crossed by low-life goons and agents. Rich bankers with criminal connections. Dope pushers and CIA working with dope pushers from Cuba, working with big-time syndicate Tampa, Florida. Had to be said with big mouth. Had to be moaned over factory foghorn. Had to be chattered on car radio news broadcast. Had to be screamed in the kitchen. Had to be yelled in the basement where uncles were fighting. Had to be howled on the streets by newsboys to bus conductors. Had to be foghorned into New York Harbor. Had to echo under hard hats. Had to turn up the volume in the university ballrooms. Had to be written in library books, footnoted. Had to be in the headlines of the Times and Le Monde. Had to be barked over TV. Had to be heard in side alleys through barroom doors. Had to be bells ringing. Comedians stopped dead in the middle of a joke in Las Vegas. Had to be FBI Chief J. Edgar Hoover and Frank Costello syndicate mouthpiece meeting in Central Park, New York together weekends. Reported posthumously, Time magazine. Had to be the CIA and the Mafia. Sold all that heroin in America. Had to be the dope cops in the Mafia. Had to be Corsican goons in office strategic services. Pay busted 1948 dock strikes in Marseille. 60s port transshipment Indochina heroin. Had to be ringing on multinational cash registers. Worldwide laundry for organized criminal money. Had to be the CIA, the Mafia, and the FBI, bigger than Nixon and bigger than war. Had to be a gorged throat full of murder. Had to be mouth and ass, a solid mass of rage, a red hot head, a scream in the back of the throat. Had to be in Rockefeller's mouth. Had to be in Kissinger's brain. Had to be the CIA, the family R-Thing agency, FBI dope cops, and one big set of criminal gangs working together in cahoots. Hitmen. Murderers everywhere, outraged on the make. Secret. Drunk. Brutal. Dirty. Rich on top a slag heap of prisons. Industrial cancer. Plutonium smog, garbage cities, grandma's bed sores, father's resentments. Had to be the rulers they got rich on, wanted protection status quo, wanted junkies, wanted Attica, wanted Kent State, wanted war in Indochina. Had to be the rulers they got rich on, and their armies and Air Force bombing planes, bombing Cambodia, set up the score when Soviet pilots manned Egyptian fighter planes. Chile's red democracy bumped off with White House pots and pans, a warning to Mediterranean governments. Secret police embraced for decades. The NKVD and CIA keep each other's secrets. The OGPU and DIA never hit their own. The KGB and the FBI, one mind, brute force, worldwide, and full of money. Had to be rich, had to be powerful, had a higher technology from Harvard, had a murder in Indonesia, 500,000, had a murder in Indochina, 2 million, had a murder in Chile, had a murder in Czechoslovakia, had a murder in Russia, had a murder in America. Thank you. There's a couple stanzas I skipped over. Here's a personal one that I wrote. Let's see. It's called The Day Surrenders. The day surrenders to hues of pink and purple arrival, and throughout the city, coffee brews, beer is poured, and neon boxes. And somewhere out there, a lonely old soul sits in armchair nightmare, sits and stares at that gray luminous light of night. And somewhere out there, 1,000 poets crawl from out of darkness, only to live once, never to be reborn. And the city, vast, majestic, alive with its insect-like city dwellers moving through corridors of dark alleys, fast city streets, take it slow around the corner and make it look, oh, so cool. And the crowds gather like nomadic tribes for a celebration of words, feelings, recollections. And the words come across the night like liquid Kerouac dreams spilling out of coffee houses, road houses, whore houses. And a dear friend speaks to me of dreams and wishes. The other of heartache and madness. And we gather and sit in round table fashion where we share in false glory and pervert wisdom. And somewhere out there, she wanders, makes self invisible to familiar eyes. And somewhere out there, I lay beside the nightmare of each night, pondering, I think I'd like to emanate star-like, to move, to groove through endeavors of gold city streets where even Holy Girl tells you with brown, sultry eyes and whispers lies and moves with ulterior intentions. So let my name play, giving the pink beauty in young girls' thighs. Wisdom moves on wheels, you know. There's romance in their ride. Candy apple red, giving up echo, and parent wave rests tranquil on the edge of my bed. Thank you.
All this way, just for us. So please give her a warm welcome. Here's Mikah. Just have a seat and I'll kind of point the mics at you.
Is it okay if I stand?
Or stand.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm a bit short. Okay. Hi, I'm Mikah Young. I'm from Denton. I'm really excited about this. And I'm going to play a song for you that I wrote, and it's called Wishing Well. Baby Jill set her sights on the hill from the moment she could see through the hay. Little Gregory was under attack and busy hours searching for a stay. They both fell in love with the world and everything that it had to offer. Jack was down with his pride and his crown, but she knew the world was all hers. She said, "Go, let me go, let me go, let me go back down the well." Oh, nobody knows that I fell. I will come back down with the world upon my shoulders. When your ship goes down, nobody can hold her anymore. When with Jack, only one could come back. The way goodbye and watch him walk out the door. Stop how good and so much sooner than it should. You're always fighting, never knowing what for. Let go, let me go, let me go, let me go back down the well. Oh, nobody knows the high side fell. I will come back down with the world upon my shoulders. When your ship goes down, nobody can hold her anymore. Let me go back down the well. Oh, nobody knows the high side fell. I will come back down with the world upon my shoulders. When your ship goes down, nobody can hold her anymore. Thank you very much. Incidentally, I will be playing at Opening Bell on February 9th at 8 o'clock, so if you're really bored, come on out. It'd be awesome.
I've got 3 poems I'm going to try to do within 7 minutes. The first one I am going to dedicate to Michael O'Donoghue, who was a writer for Saturday Night Live. Partially because growing up as a kid, he was a big influence in regards to my sense of humor, more so than my mom. So this is called The Native American Thank You. I want to thank you. No, seriously. I want to thank you for the many atrocities you waged unconsciously upon my tribe and my people. No, seriously. I want to thank you for the intentional mass genocide of my great-great-grandparents and their children, slowly and surely. No, seriously. I want to thank you for the forcible moving of our families from their lands over treacherous terrain. No, I'm serious. I want to thank you for raping women and killing animals that stained us and provide us necessity. No, seriously. I want to thank you for relocating us on land that cannot grow crops and is potentially as bad as a land deal as living on a gated community blocks down from a nuclear facility or power lines. No, seriously. I want to thank you for enabling us to imbibe in gambling as a way to sustain some sort of financial independence, all the while promoting cancer and inebriation and potentially addiction. No, seriously. I want to thank you for portraying us as the savages in cinema, be it black or white or panoramic technicolor spectacles. No, seriously. I want to thank you for showing us in a buffoonery spirit as mascots for your sports teams. No, seriously. I want to thank you for turning Thanksgiving into some sort of bloated holiday based on when pious, self-serving religious men invaded our land, misconstrued their intentions and treated us like animals. No, seriously. I want to thank you for the blatant racism that existed before any founding fathers signed a document of overt prejudice. No, seriously. And I hope someday that when you get eradicated from the lands that held dearly by our Mother Earth and are never stricken with its vicious plague of self-preservation ever again. Yes, seriously. All right. One down, two to go. The second one is dedicated to Miles Davis. Oh, that's definitely you, man. Okay, so this is dedicated to Miles Davis. It's called Caffeine-Induced Therapeutic Yup. It's a rough draft, of course. All right. Feel weightless in the moment, for I find silence is peace. Constant noise I equate with violence. I sip my coffee expecting nirvana, but far from the eloquent Cobaining of my soul, I seem to have no vacancy for bliss. For you see, overloaded is my karma, and my chakra's third mind eye has received society's guttural spit, turning it into oceans of tears. Those waves of saline cleanse my soul, that I might see grace. For too long I have let the thief that stole my joy linger. I therefore dissipate him, allowing him no longer to be employed as my stealers will. I've given up self-pugilism, bruising my soul beyond all recognition, and have turned my inner aggression into an assembly of 8 emotional men into one focused, balanced momentum. I've grown weightless. Rather, I would propel myself through self-reliance and much less defiance, like Apollo's winged feet interpreted as metaphysical science. See, no eternal war, no casualties, no rides, just silence. The brightest and finest grace achieved by inner choice, my voice, purpose, to remain a fisher of men in service towards a life that makes sense. So I enjoy my coffee, exhaling, hallelujah, all the while finding my map within this cosmic, vast cosmos, my vocation, my universal role. I become the very infinity within, like a wedding ring, and less finite than a telephone pole. I realize that no toxic environment taints my newly detoxified soul, and there are no vacancies for my former habitual sadomasochistic rituals that were lodged in the holes of my formerly open wounds. I wreaked demolition designed to remove them, all the while peeling away my toil and replace it with peace. My charbroiled heart is easier to heal than a cold, raw heart that crumbles at the first touch. Yes, my very existence in this momentous deliverance broken down to the very ionized particle of what was me, like the dry grains of parched soil or some foreign excursion, bypassing any unauthorized incursion, and thus passing by unneeded, unheeded, defaulting diversion. My caffeine represents union, both bean and water merging as one, representing the added union to what was meant to be, and calming a once archaic division of erratic, static emotion eroded away by waves of past oceans of repulsion. I had felt this rebellion rise against the abusive anti-communal situation. Formerly, I was Jack without Tyler, but more scat, man, scattered, shattered, like a Rolling Stones chorus. Shattered, shattered, battered, overwhelmed, overworked, all the while laborious. Curious Georging, porging, brooding, and wry, stirring my cream with my coffee while watching my emotions just die. Serendipitous fortune smiles upon this one, pairing my heart with my head, like coupling reruns back to back. Mental exhaustion followed by epiphany, some revelation, and soon I turns to E. E expressing everything, everybody, an omnipresent and present ominous in my humbleness, allowing my formerly calloused heart to be excised, massaged by warm embraces to warming, loving tenderness, making us all complete, and E turns to the word we, and we can dispose of all preconceived notions of what the world should be and allow it to just be. I am one with my coffee. My coffee has become me, settled yet warm, and with perfect bliss, stirred, slightly cooled with love and reflection. Okay.
Round three.
Round three. Light. Fight. All right, the last one I'm going to dedicate. All right, the joke is I'm going to dedicate to Chris Hansen, who believes in love at first sight. Catch it better. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. It's called 54 minutes. Sorry. Dyslexic there. 45 minutes till my head explodes. All right. Thank you. I say let's break this virginity, take the city, this town without pity, to a witty, almost giddy fluidity that breaks the bonds of matching moaning. Daily ritual is a straitjacket, too nice is too small, always itching, often fitting. Let's bend souls like darning sock toes, so that our foes, sinus migrants, will naze. Discompress the compartments so they compose their own flight plan from the fight, man, and solve the world's problems, creating hope from outrageous misfortune. Sound like a plan? Such as my unraveling, globally traveling, spaghetti western dueling, Starbucks coffee, German strudel munching, Simon's crunching, sparks flying like a smelt in a Pittsburgh steel mill for products potential construction. I carry on, my soul intermingling other souls, and I see my real meta-life episode of The Walking Dead. Dead? Me? I often live gas mask on to avoid the spectral haze and remind myself in flashcard motif, so brief. Hey Chief, believe that if your neck wasn't attached to your torso, your head would be best used to a bowl of chili on Mars. So I learned that they choose not to speak. I choose instead to yell. They're Cobaining for their backwoods. Settle heaven while I'm scotting off the roads on this highway to hell. I'm ethereally real, riffing on my script, flipping pages, flipping like seagulls, swinging, skipping the sky fantastic, synapses firing, sparks like frantic electrical wiring, aspiring, setting a blaze for your early warning. No, our minds should never be tiring. Aspiring spontaneously like biomedical strands of DNA under the microscope, genetic bands of life going on as it seems infinitely, like connected strands like bands of the heavy rope intermingling, interdependent, reassurance spiraling on and on and on, readjusting our metaphysical mindset to more cosmic complexity, bringing purity to uncertainty, truancy to rigid inflexibility, compounding ability upon ability and upon ability, like the broken cycle of a meta-optical, meta-spherical trinity. I waken from the day to day accounting of a mindless, monotonous majority, rotting socially, a socially rotted apple core, waiting for time's way to subtract the twos from the four, and decomposed chemical engineering nature will put into the apple to the dust, for it was before it was even sold in a Whole Foods store, not genetically modified by corporate pharmaceutical whores, looking to turn profit for global horror. When they applied us all into bioengineerical cannibals more real than any Hannibal, zombies consuming compost fodder in the social lab containing chemicals that would be outlawed on most experimentation done on disposable animals. Corporations turning cryptic profit from eventual corpses drinking formaldehyde from the life's blood of nations and never really realizing they are already dead. I'm transmitting this message via brain pan station to station. See, choice is not choice if it has become a constant point of survival. It'd be like battling a rival who is cramping your style rather than handling his might all. I'd rather chalk up his pie hole with cinnamon rolls so his sweet inner brilliant cries diabetes while all the last troll belly tolls. If so, then it's just desserts from that so-and-so. You gotta know, I don't want to write my life in the red. Nope. I go eco like Neo and look for the green lights so this flow can constantly go. Seriously. I find myself disassociated from the mass gentrification psychically induced upon humanity camping in my concentration. Without fear of intimidation or elimination, no spontaneous combustion or angry third-eye incineration. I don't sacrifice my singular mind by carbon copying it for more powerful duplication. See, I can be individual and find spirited satisfaction. I won't strut across the galactic stage like young Jaggar. No, I'm seeking to be a constantly indoctrinated mail-order shaman dispensing advice like Jedi Pez, all the while wearing my Masonic Shriner fez, being disciplined but de-res, like a death punk. Seeking to dispense fortune to those bereft alone. And most important, I'd observe, have various degrees of stress. So I hope to give guidance, positioning humble service so they can trust their chakra's bliss to the man of spirit more than flesh. And all the while I rinse off cosmic molasses, transcendently anointing with oil, removing the Lazarus paralysis that causes potential analysis, which turns seconds to hours and hours to days, turning light from colors of the rainbow to the blindness of mayonnaise day after day. I want to clear your mind's eye so that you pass your own training day. And King Kong has got nothing on your optimistic way. And don't live your life like a scratched up, gritty DVD that skips every other scene on every other play. I say let's break the rigidity, take the city, this town without pity, to a witty, almost kitty, fluidity that breaks the bonds of matching money. Daily rituals, a straitjacket, two sizes too small, always itching, often fitting. Let's mend souls like darning soft toes so that their foes, sinus migraines, flonase, decompress the compartment so they can compose their own flight plan from the fight, man, and solve the world's problems, creating hope from outrageous misfortune. Sound like a plan?
But I had to work. I would much rather have been here, but it had to be work. Anyway, this song is called Thank God for Rocket Science. called Winds of Antarctica. Right, this tune is called Launch Flying Machine.
Okay. What? I was
Interfering.
trying to make her interfering. Go ahead. Launch the flying machine.
Hardly to see, cause the moon refused to shine. There's a couple sitting beneath the willow tree, oh love, they pine. The little maid was kind of afraid of darkness, so she said, I think I'll go. The boy came inside, looked up at the sky, told his moon his little tale of whoa, whoa, shine on, harvest moon up in the sky. Cause I ain't had no love since January, February, June, or July. Snow time ain't no time to sit indoors. So shine on, harvest moon, in my gown. That's that.
Remember that before?
You got any more of him?
No.
Any poetry?
That's really new. This is called Navigation by Starlight. Alright, I'm gonna do one more.
Rock it out, man.
And yeah, this song has no title. It's kind of new, but not really.
Any kinks?
Kinks? No, actually, not really.
Right on.
No, I make no excuses for this song.
Let's hear it.
I've played it before a few times. includes Tomb.
Here, we'll be back next month on the last Thursday of February, which I think is actually the 28th, also the last day.
And be sure to tell your friends.
And yeah, be sure to tell your friends, or that some cute girl at the coffee shop, or your parole officer, or whoever needs to know about it. So please drive safe. Thanks again to Bill and Bill Director. Buy CDs to keep those regarded, or records. There's a lot of stuff.
Thank God.
So yeah, we'll see you next time. And as always, keep your rockets pointed up. If you can tell me where that one's from, what's the next thing address?
Well, that would be
What?
up the volume.
No, keep
No?
the rockets pointed up.
No,
Keep
no.
the rockets pointed up. It's not from
No,
above the
no.
volume. No, it's kind of obscure. I wouldn't make it that easy. But anyway, all right, thanks guys.
Is it Earth Girls or Easy? Ah.
Is that